Hey, what's up guys? It's Jordan from Teasers Books, and today I'm going to be talking about my May reading plan. So it is already partway through the month of May, and I've just been super swamped with school. I just started my new graduate program, so I haven't really been able to film and that kind of stuff, but I decided to let you guys know what I'm going to be reading this month, so let's get started. The first book I've actually already read, and it is How to Quit Your Crush by Amy Feldner Dominy. And this book NetGalley provided for me in exchange for an honest review, so thank you very much to NetGalley. How to Quit Your Crush is a contemporary young adult romance novel, which is about these two people who are completely opposites of each other. The girl is super A-type personality, wants to go to this really prestigious college and only focuses on school, and the guy is more focused on partying and living a life of adventure and traveling. And they ended up having a quick fling over the last few months of school, and then they broke it off because they knew that they weren't going to work down the line, but they can't seem to get over their attraction to one another. So they decide to do a 2-week fling before they both go off to college and traveling to see if they can try to get rid of this attraction that they have. So the way that they plan to do that is to try to plan dates that they like, that they know the other person will hate, to try to tell them that they know that they're not compatible with each other. But things end up going wrong when they realize that they're actually having a lot of fun on these dates. Super excited to share my thoughts with you about this book. I already have a review up on my Goodreads, so if you do want to see my in-depth thoughts and you don't want to wait for the wrap-up, feel free to go check that out. The next book I want to get to is actually a graphic novel. I read a few graphic novels last month and I am super excited to get more into them, especially since my library has a pretty good selection. So I'm hoping to read Wires and Nerves by Marissa Meyer. This is kind of a continuation of the Lunar Chronicle series, but in graphic novel form. It's based on the cyborg from the Lunar Chronicle series. I can't remember her name right now. I think it's Ida, but I'm not sure. I'm super excited to read this because I know it'll also give a glimpse into what the other people are up to now that the series is over. So I'm really excited to read it. And the next book that I want to get to, I'm actually already halfway through, and that is Rage and Ruin by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I was lucky enough to receive an e-arc of this from Edelweiss. I think that's how you say it. I honestly have no idea, but I absolutely love Jennifer L. Armentrout, and this series is one of my favorites, so I'm so glad that I got an advance copy. I believe this book comes out in June, but I will put the date up here just to be sure. This book is actually the second book in this new series by Jennifer L. Armentrout, but that series actually takes place after one of her earlier series, the Dark Elements trilogy. The Dark Elements trilogy is about this world of demons and gargoyles are basically the protectors of the humans, and they kind of are descendants of angels. This continuation series that Rage and Ruin takes place in is about this new girl and how she kind of fits into everything that is happening right now with the demon and angel politics. It's a really good romance novel. I highly recommend it, and I also recommend anything that Jennifer L. Armentrout writes, so if you're at all interested, I recommend you check out the first book, which is Storm and Fury, or you could check out the Dark Elements trilogy before that. You can pretty much read them in whatever order you like, but the Storm and Fury trilogy actually spoils who the main character from the Dark Elements trilogy ends up with. So if you don't want to know about that aspect of the novel, then I would recommend reading the Dark Elements trilogy first. The first book is called White Hot Kiss. The next book I want to get to, I am hoping to listen to on audiobook, and that is Soundless by Rochelle Mead. This is a standalone fantasy novel, which is super amazing because there are not a lot of standalone fantasy novels, and it is about a girl who lives in this community where nobody has hearing, so they rely on sign language to communicate, and she is actually a painter in their village, so she paints the stories from the previous day for everyone to look at and kind of receive the news so everyone knows what's going on. And people are starting to lose their sight as well, which is not good for the community because they mine and send the minerals down to this other community, which then rewards them by sending up food, and if they can't mine, then they won't have any food. So this girl is trying to figure out how to solve this issue when all of a sudden she wakes up one day and she can hear, and she doesn't know what's going on. I'm already about 40 pages into listening to this audiobook, and I am really enjoying it so far, so I'm hoping that if I do enjoy this book that I might consider picking up some of Rochelle Mead's other books as well. And the last book that would be really exciting to get to in the month of May is Starry Eyes by Jen Bennett. This is a teen contemporary romance novel, which is kind of a Romeo and Juliet retelling. The two main characters never got along, and their parents also never get along, and then when they are somehow put into the same group camping experience and they get lost together, they have to rehash their feelings and kind of talk about why they hate each other so much, and I'm assuming they fall in love because why wouldn't they? I think it's going to be really good. I've never read anything by Jen Bennett before, but I know a lot of people really like her contemporary romances, so I know that this should be easy to get through and really enjoyable. So that is everything I hope to read in the month of May. Let me know what you guys are reading in the month of May, and if you have read any of these books and what you thought about them. I would love to hear from you guys. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see new videos coming weekly. And I also wanted to thank everyone for 600 subscribers. That is super exciting, and I am so happy that people are enjoying my videos, and also hi to all the new people. Once again, you can follow me on my Twitter, my Instagram, and I recently started a blog to start posting reviews, so I'll leave all of that down below. Thanks so much for watching, and keep on reading, guys. Bye! The problem with reading ebooks is that you don't have anything to hold up, so I normally just throw in a couple random books to count for the same amount that I want to read, even if they're not the actual books, but you know, it's fine.